What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Everyone watching this video. Yeah, I've been places. Um, I've realized a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things, and I'm knowing more, and my wisdom is expanding and increasing. The more my mind's eye is open. I'm gonna just say, the more I'm tuned into different levels of awareness and understanding and experiencing, being in that state, or those states of awareness, it teaches me and shows me different understandings and different perceptions along those states of consciousness, which is awareness. To put things in perspective, I'm in my room right now, my hotel slash shelter. I've been gone for some time because there's a thing about living your life and making sure you're all right. And it's not bad to not care about like people that do dumb shit. But that's something else that is for another topic. For people that are intelligent and have understanding, or that understands how or what intelligent beings are communicating to them, how they interpret it is of their depiction or their understanding of what it is they need to know, or what they're learning from the intelligence that is teaching them. When I talk about extraterrestrials, they're real. How am I going to show you? You're looking at one. All right. Anyway, I could talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. I'd love to show everybody what I've seen in my own um like, for example, the fifth dimension. I've talked about that, and I've seen that in this book that I have, and I'm gonna show you the book. This thing I can show you. Oh, it's in my sorry about that. It's in it's in my locker. It's in the safe. So I got my headphones on so I don't hear anything or anybody to distract me of my train of thought. There is life lessons being taught strictly for those who love, for those who came back to the planet. Now, if you see my videos, which are not really popular, I don't wish fame upon myself. I've seen the glory. I've experienced the glory of the absolute. I'm gonna just say the absolute. I was gonna say God. That's why I did that, quote unquote. But the supreme absolute truth, I've seen that, and the supreme and absolute um, creator. I've experienced that, and experiencing myself as a version of that is phenomenal. And that's why when I said the word awesome, when I say it's fucking awesome, I mean, like, when I'm there, the word awesome is beyond um, linear thinking. It's beyond linear thinking. It's beyond time and space. It's beyond physical realities. Beyond material, mundane um, affairs, human affairs. It's beyond that. That's why when I speak on extraterrestrial existence and contact, dealing with energy, dealing with the substance of the universe that is omnipresent, the infinite and abundant energy source that is ever present here and now and always will be. It always has been. And tapping into that energy. You can do these things dealing with the chakras. That's what I've been doing. And I've been on my own conquest of these things. Because when you're trying to reach spiritual enlightenment, it takes one to know one. Like, for example, if you wish to learn, let's just use an example. If you wish to learn algebra, you would have to seek a teacher to teach algebra to you, so that you may learn and understand how to apply algebra. Now, for other words, I can use something else to explain, or to use another example to explain kind of sort of what I've been attaining, which is enlightening and wise and knowledgeable and intelligent. Right? I hope you guys can see me. I don't really see my face that well. The lighting on my phone is not where it's at. I'm in my seventh chakra. There's more than that. When I'm dealing with, I'm gonna just speak on experience too, because I've always been speaking on experience and my knowledge. So I'm gonna share with, I'm watching TV at the same time. But okay, for example, this is my experience. Maybe you guys can relate. All right, let me just say, when I'm in my root chakra, which I'm most likely, most of the time, I'm not in my root chakra or lower chakras. But when I'm dealing with the third chakra, I use the analogy of like for example, in the Bible it says the body is a temple of God. So where do people go to worship God? A church, but a building, a building. So if the building had floors, like 1 to 7 floors, or beyond that, I'm going to stick to 1 to 7 floors, I would use the example. I would use the understanding to tell you that when I'm in my third chakra, I communicate and interact with beings on the third floor and lower than that, because it's closer in relation to the ground floor, or the bottom, which is 1 to 3. Which is 1, 2, 3. The third chakra, the lower chakras, the lower chakras. Yeah, not the system. The lower chakras, and dwelling and interacting and perceiving in that state of awareness. Most of the time, it's always dealing with some fear bullshit. It's always something bad is going to happen, but it's not real. All it is telling you is that something that was trying to, like say, for example, if I'm running I'm running in a straight line and I'm in the third chakra. If I'm running in a straight line and someone comes across and intercepts my path and stops me from running and communicates with me, has a conversation, and then, we exchange information or whatever it may be. The analogy I'm saying is that when you're moving, or when something is flowing, but then it gets kind of stopped in its tracks because of fear. Fear is not real to me when you're operating on a higher level of awareness, which is the seventh chakra, the highest of the human the main chakra system. The main chakra is the seventh chakra. The major, the seven chakras are the major chakras. These I know. I went beyond to the soul star chakra. That's why I can talk beyond linear thinking, and I sound very intelligent, and I almost sound like I'm loopy, or I'm out of it, or I'm high but I'm not high, or I'm sounding like I'm on the moon but I'm not on the moon. Yet I'm in the stars. If I could say that. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. So that's what I'm talking about, the train of thought. But anyway, the guy stops me in the tracks and has a conversation, and I say, okay, we exchange information, and then I keep it moving. The fear is an illusion because when you're in motion, you don't need to stop because life is ongoing, life is non-stop. Just like death. Death is a transformation process, but the life is ongoing. There's nothing bad or scary about death. It just means this transformation into a new form, or you just change form. But ultimately, the physical body, and I'm gonna come back to what I was saying. The physical body is how I understood. Well, I know about it. I've experienced it. I've died before, but I can't share it with everybody. But I can talk about it, and hopefully, if someone wants to hear about it, we'll get to it. And I can talk about it. They can get some insight or understand about it. But most likely, you would have to see it for yourself. You'd have to experience it for yourself. Um, Life after death is the total salvation, is the freedom, is the enlightened, pure fulfillment state once you um, have gotten rid of your karmic debt. So innately, I've got confirmation from people and sources, and I've already known this. It's just that I've got the confirmation, and ultimately, that would be the truth of that I know is that I have good karma, not karmic debt. I have good karma, meaning that good things come my way, and I've gotten rid of. I've completed. How you say? I can. I don't have to come back to this world or the material realm, but I've chosen to because there's things that operate like human affairs in this mundane reality or in this material realm. We have activities. We have um, cycles. We have interactions. We have exchange. We have oh my God, I'm going so far, but there's so much I have to say at one time. But anyway, let me come back with something. With the when you're in the third chakra, right? Fear is an illusion. It's just like if you're running in a straight line. If you're running down the street, for example, and somebody says "Hey" and gets your attention, and then you stop in your tracks, and then you look and say, "What? Who called my name?" But it wasn't. Either they wanted to call your name and they wanted to get your attention to talk to you because they knew you or something, or it was a distraction. So the illusion of fear is not real. It's an illusion. And that's why I stay in my higher chakras and I ignore the fact that fear comes into play because even though I sense fear in an environment, it could be coming towards me or it could be coming from someone else, knowing that I'm an empath and I feel energy and I'm sensitive to it. So experientially, when you're dealing with fear in the third dimension, on the third plane of the third awareness, the third level of awareness, there's fear, there's anxiety, there's feeling of being rushed, there's fast movement, um there's always it's just it's low vibrational basically. Just to keep it real with you. It's low vibrational. So now when you get into the heart space, which is the fourth level of awareness, it's like compassion, enjoyment, satisfaction, um, even unconditional love. I'm not even gonna say even because I've experienced that. It's so beautiful and it's everlasting and it's always here and it's always now. Everything is here and now. All the energy is here and now, and it's inside of you, and you can create it. I've created my energy. So I'm watching this fucking television. It's distracting me. distractions. Anyway, even ignorance itself is low vibrational, and intelligence comes from a higher plane, um, a higher, a higher, a higher, a higher part of the mind. You can tap into your higher mind with that. People, you don't really come in contact with people that often. I don't really come in contact with a lot of people like that often. But I meet people uh, uh, sometimes. Most likely, it's just like from 1 to 10. I pop like 1 to 10 in a week. I possibly meet like 3 people, or see the same person again that week in the 1 to 10 frame. Oh wow, this is the bullshit I be talking about. Every time I'm trying to get on some higher level shit, and I've already been on it. But listen, I'm on the video. I'm talking to you guys. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. You guys aren't distracted. I'm getting distracted. I gotta turn this off. Okay, back to what I was saying. The 3 levels of awareness. The third level of awareness is dealing with the lower chakras. All right, from 1 to 3, the lower chakra. You can look that up. From 1, if you like, the root chakra could be like my okay. I'm gonna take my time. All right, so much to talk about at the same time. Let me get on with it. When I feel my root chakra being disturbed is when something is something in the environment is a danger to itself and other people. Meaning that my instinct would tell me I should get away from this area because it's not safe. That's the root chakra. Survival and stability and groundedness to the earth. All right, the connection to the earth. The sacral chakra, dealing with the sexual pleasure and lusting. Um, Sorry about that. The lusting, sensational, um, I say energy center. It's orange, and when I feel people in that state of awareness, it has to do with like sex. Create when they're using it on a as a creator instead of the opposite of that is when it becomes creative. Like there's different there's 2 sides to a coin, just like there's 2 sides to each chakra from 1 to 7. Where it's the root chakra, you can be stable and you can be in a safe place, and if it's unstable, you're not in a safe place, and you're not surviving, and this and that and the third. That's what I've experienced. Um, the 3 chakras, the lower 3 chakras, is the major chakras. That's fundamental. That's the basic foundational chakras for you to be um, in this physical form and the avatar for myself and for you guys listening. Okay, you guys know the lower chakra. That's basic, like that's basic human. That's given. That's a given. Everybody has to learn how to master their lower chakras to get to the higher chakras. But the only way through that is through the heart chakra. Then you can get into the higher levels of awareness. Solar plexus is dealing with empowerment, self-empowerment. there's a picture on Google. You can look up like the chakras, and it has like the polarities of each one. Like if you're in your ego, or if you're in your intelligence, or your higher mind or something, or yeah. That's why I can't really touch on and talk about everything, because even when you talk about the chakras, it's you can't keep it basic. It's not like a whole thing in a nutshell. You got to explain everything when I want to talk about stuff like this, because it's like information and it's knowledge, and people is waking up, and it's at a rate of their own. I'm not being judgmental. I'm not talking bad about them. But like I was saying, because I know I'm rambling about some stuff. Okay, let me get back to it before my video cut off. So I'm in okay, here's an experience for me, because I want to go back to the building concept too, and I'm gonna talk about the afterlife at the same time. I'm gonna get there. I'll make another video about it. Either way, when the time comes, I'll probably do it. I'm in the seventh chakra, the seventh awareness, the seventh level of awareness, dealing with the connection to the source, the creator, the cosmic creator, universal cosmic connection, divinity. I have to say to keep me grounded, because I might go out of this world if I keep talking. It'll be a train of thought that won't stop, and it wouldn't make sense, because it's not going to add up. Like a puzzle, you got to put the pieces together, figure it out. But I figured out the puzzle, and I've seen the bigger picture. I've seen what the puzzle looks like when it's completed. It's awesome. Get that word, awesome. Keyword, awesome. Anyway, so with the building concept, we're in a building. I'm in a building, and there's levels to the shit. All right, we got first floor to the seventh floor. First floor, root chakra, boom. The sacral root chakra, the second floor, boom. People on the second floor, there's people all on each floor. All right, entities, beings on each floor. All right. So solar plex, boom. It's the third chakra, third floor. I'm on the third floor actually. But anyway, the fourth floor with these where I'm getting at, I dealt with the compassion and enjoyment, and excitement, and the heart is like the Christ. It is it is the state of, like, when you're in your heart center, and you like each chakra is like a puzzle too. You got to figure out, how to put it together. And once you figured it out and put it together, that's when you've understood it. Understood each chakra. That's when you understand the chakras. That's when you experience and fully be aware and consciously know what you're doing, and know how each chakra, when experienced, when perceived through these chakras, through consciousness, with your consciousness, because they're consciousness, energy centers, is when because the soul and the spirit, my soul and my spirit speaks, it interacts and communicates to these energy centers, right? Seventh level of awareness, I'm in the crown chakra, so that's why I feel like I'm out of it. I mean, I don't feel like I'm out of it. It sounds like I'm out of it. Damn it. That's love. But goodness comes from the heart. Genuinity, authenticity, like genuine people compassionate people. They're heart-centered, and I know who is who. That's why when I said I know where people at and I know who is who, because my eye sees through the bullshit. My third eye sees through the bullshit and sees the truth, which is the absolute subtle state of awareness of a person of which they embody, or the energy around them. Or like I could say, I could see auras. I can feel your aura. I can feel your vibe. And I can see and connect my eye to your eye to see if your eye is open, which is your third eye, which is the seat of your soul. I see how awakened your soul is. I'm not gonna be like, I'm God, I'm gonna judge you. No. It's when I'm doing the work of the supreme absolute creator, it's divine, excuse me, it's divine service with divine will towards humanity, with compassion. And there's different states of awareness with this level to the shit. And with these states of awareness from 1 to 7, you learn, like you experience and you get information, knowledge, and wisdom. You're receiving all of that through these states of awareness, these levels of awareness. So and it expands your awareness too in these parts. I say parts in these places, which is the seven chakra system. When you're going into becoming more aware on all levels, when you know you are multidimensional and it's self-evident, and the realization that you're an eternal being and you don't ever die, and it destroys the fear of death and the fear of the mundane world and disintegrates the ego. Not to say destroy it. The ego turns into like a soup, like a higher. You can transform yourself, which is like a part of your mind, psyche, whatever. Like for example, if your third eye ain't open, I said third eye. If your third eye ain't open, right, and you're in ignorance, in state of confusion, or what do you call it? Like if you're lost, if you don't know where to go in life, if you're trying to find your purpose, if you're trying to remember who you are, if you're trying to do something in life, and even when you show off your abilities or brag about it, or your gifts, that's what I was doing for a little bit, and I realized, you know what, I'm gonna switch it up. That's why I had to stop with electrokinesis. When I stopped there, that was my latest video. It was electrokinesis because I was actually having fun, but at the same time, I was a little bit boastful. So I showed myself, and the universe, or the supreme absolute creator, showed to me that there's more than just showing off an ability or a God-given gift, because I've attained a certain level of awareness to be able to use these things, to do things like that, like telekinesis and clairvoyance and remote view, and I'm not actual projecting, but at the same time, I know everything's being recorded, and I can go there. And death is really, when you dream, even when you sleep, you're dying, and you go into the realm of the infinite. I can just say that the realm where there's no beginning and there's no end. That's the fifth dimension where I went to, and that place there is eternally timeless. It's eternal time. And when you feel eternity is, in a sense, when you are totally present in the now moment, when you're totally aware and how you say, involving your awareness or your mind into the present moment, your total being, all of your being into now, and not thinking about or focus on the future, not worrying about what's going to happen next, not being anxious about the future, and not forgetting about your past, but not feeling bad about the past. You should learn from your past, and it should help you. When you think about the past, you should think about a memory, and you see it within your mind's eye, your imagination, your memory, and you have a vision that has already happened, but it's actually happened now. You've just brought it back into the present moment, and so in that state, you're embodying the you're basically switching places with yourself at the snap of a finger as soon as you have thought about it. So when we get into that idea, there, I've experienced quantum consciousness, or quantum leaping, or quantum entanglement, quantum time travel. Really, it's just quantum time. And then there's things of that nature where it seems to be like you can slow down time, but really it's being present, totally present in the moment. And time is actually an illusion of it's relevant, but not totally relevant as much as people think it is. For example, if you're in nature and you're in the wilderness and you have no clock to tell time, you wouldn't know what time it was. You just know it was now. It's now. This is the time. Well, what's 5 minutes later? You don't know, because 5 minutes from now would actually be now too. So the idea of thinking about the future and the past is actually happening now. People say you create the future now. And actually, there is eternal presence of the present moment. So everything is actually now. You have a future self actually here now. And you can switch places with yourself in thinking about the future when you think about that, when you think about your future self. That's what happened to me when I switched places with my higher self when I was about 17 years old. And I switched places with him through consciousness. And it's just consciousness doing it. Consciousness defies the laws of physics, defies the laws, like it goes beyond space and time and beyond. If I could say that. It kind of sounds confusing, but what I'm saying here is consciousness is the key to everything within the material realm, within the mundane world. What I was saying with the enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment, or the life after death, is when you don't have to come back here no more. Sorry, there's people texting me, my friends. My hand's getting numb too. That means I should stop, or I should switch position. I'm gonna continue though. I'm gonna commence. Life after death is actually beautiful. It's beyond imagination. And once you leave the body, you realize, and even through astral projection, even in lucid dreaming, you realize there's more to life than just this shit, than just working every day, than just watching TV, than just eating food, than just playing and having fun and playing games and just doing mundane things. So those who seek that the more out of life, and to go beyond that, are the ones that were chosen, and the chooser chose them. And actually, in actuality, actuality, they've chosen themselves. Because before you incarnate in this world, you're already knowing what you want to do. But the thing is, when you come into this world, you have amnesia, and then you forget. So you got to remember again. And these levels of consciousness, the states of awareness, the 7 levels of awareness, dealing with the chakra system and enlightenment, you tap into your third eye, the sixth sense, and you go beyond that. You remember your past lives. You remember and connect the dots and put the puzzle back together and see the bigger picture. So those who haven't done that yet, they're still working on it, quote unquote, trying to figure it out, trying to figure out life and working on it. And me knowing that I've came back to this realm just to enjoy it, and it's really, 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 I can't say it enough. It's really, really beautiful and absolutely amazing to enjoy this human experience, to enjoy such a limited experience, a limited way of living, a limitation, knowing that I have infinite potential and infinite, infinite potential, infinite being, and I know I am infinite, and knowing that, and I've realized it too when I had passed on and transcended, and went beyond my physical form, beyond this form. So when I say life after death is beautiful, and here in this world, some people are afraid of dying, but I was, in a sense, not totally afraid, because where I was at before I passed away, and that reality, I can just say it like that, is that the suffering and the pain, as soon as I left my body, it was totally gone. So the salvation, the freedom is truly real. When you're out of bondage, when you're boundless, when you're not in bondage to the body, when you're not attached to the material realm, when you're not attached, and when you detach from the physical form, it's totally beautiful, and it's the ultimate salvation. Hello? Hold on, I'm doing bed check. Give me a sec. Yep. Oh, I didn't know I could pause it. Wow, that's cool. What time is it? Oh, it's 10:21. Okay. So like I was saying, because I'm going beyond, I'm speaking on beyond linear time, I'm speaking on beyond physical, can I say physical? I'm speaking on um, concepts, ideas, thoughts, and things that I've seen that I couldn't make sense of while I'm here. Yet I would say just 3 words or something like that. You would have to see it for yourself. And that's why I wish I can show people things like this. Because ultimately, we're all truly connected. And it's really real. Once you're aware that you affect people, you affect others. And when one person does something, it affects everybody. And being in that state of awareness and knowing that you are very, very mindful of what you do. And you don't just do anything for no reason. Everything happens for a reason. You can be the causer, and you can also be the effector. And knowing how the universe responds and how the laws of the universe works, you can utilize them as well. But you have to know how they work, which is the knowledge. And then applying that gives you wisdom, and it just becomes automatic after that. With anything in that formula. If there's anything people would like to do as far as people like like how do I meet God? I just say you can experience God now. I can't say God. I want to say the supreme and absolute creator. Supreme and the absolute. It's possible to experience that within yourself, reaching that state of awareness. It's a very high state of awareness. I am that. Even speaking as of the consciousness, you can just say I am. And being in the state of that, being in the state of I am, it's the consciousness. When you say I am this or I am that, your consciousness, you are the consciousness. I am consciousness. When you say I am anything, you become that. Just like you say, as a man thinks, so he becomes. And when you think I am, when you say the words I am beautiful, I am strong, I am fearless. That's the root chakra. That's the fundamental grounding. Like that's the I said that's the yeah, I am. And then you say I will, or I feel, or whatever, and you say I love, I am loving. You can say anything of the I am, and you become it. You can feel it because it is self-evident. It is intelligent itself, consciousness, and words have power. That's dealing with the throat chakra, the fifth chakra, the fifth level of awareness. And when you're operating off the higher three chakras, which is the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakra, you're basically just commanding reality. And you're seeing what you're creating as you speak it. And the sounds and vibrations, knowing that affects reality. And you ultimately are divinely guided by the will of the supreme and absolute creator. So in these states and levels of awareness, there is divine intelligence. There is divine will within man and woman and child. Children are at very pure states of being. And they come into the world with parents of, I just say low vibrational just to cut it short, and ignorant and, dumbed down. But when they wake up and they become free, like when they leave the house and they go on their separate ways, like what happened to me, I had to live my life for me. And then I saw what I needed to see, and I'm living my life now. And it's beautiful. And I've experienced so many things, and I wish I could share them. And I've tried to share them with some people and even show people and demonstrate things, but they wouldn't accept it yet because they're not ready. And not to say, not to boast about it. That's not my intention. There's also a thing with speaking too much. Like you can speak intelligent words, but you have to understand the throat chakra speaks reality into existence, speaks things into existence, and actually influences reality, sound, frequency, and energy, frequency, and vibration. What Tesla said is the fundamental energies of the universe, or the forces, or whatever he said. Tesla's the life path number one. I am two. I'm not number two. I'm a one. I'm the number one too. So I understand, overstand these things. Overstanding means you have the authority, or either you have the it's not an authority like I'm going to command you to do this, but it's a divine authority. It's a divine masculine and a divine feminine principle that you follow in the seventh chakra of awareness. And knowing this and how you say, operating on this level of awareness, it's beautiful. Not to say beautiful to exaggerate and not feel the sense of beauty, but even the quote itself, what was the quote? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I can explain that and decode it. The apple of my eye. I saw something. I can explain this too. The apple of your eye means to me, and you might see the way I see it when I explain it. The apple of my eye. Think of Steve Jobs. Think of the apple when you bite into it. See, when you bite into an apple, it takes a piece of the apple out, and it becomes a part of you when you chew it and digest it, and it gives you life, and it gives you the energy, and you become the apple, and things of that nature, and you become one with the apple of my eye. When you see the apple, it's talking about one apple, and the thing you see, how you're seeing the apple is with the eye, the third eye, and there's only one eye you're seeing, because true eyes see true people, see true things, see the truth. All right. It didn't say the apple of my eyes. It said the apple of my eye, the third eye. So you're seeing, you pick up an apple from a tree. You say, "Oh, look at that beautiful apple! I'm gonna eat that. It's looking good." So you pick the apple, and I'm grabbing the apple and I pick it, and I eat it. It's gonna be good. It becomes a part of me. I saw the apple; it became part of me because I grabbed it. And that is the apple of my eye. In so many words, it can mean, in so many words, so many ways you can utilize that with people or anything. Like if you see love at first sight, that means the same thing. Love at first sight. You see something beautiful. It's the apple of your eye. You're not looking at it. You don't want it because you're just looking at it. You want it because it's the apple of your eye. You see yourself, and yeah, I don't need to explain too much about that. That should be more. That should be more than enough. That was simple as it was. If I made it too complicated, then I don't know. But also, don't going. But also, going on with life after death. I can explain a lot of things. I have a lot of wisdom, and I utilize my wisdom here because I came back 3 times from it's my 3rd time, I guess, back here again. And it's also like I've experienced deja vu mad crazy because the universe has been showing me, yo, you're waking up, you're seeing the truth, this is it, yo, you're gonna see the truth, and It's gonna blow your mind. You're gonna totally see it. You know, it's gonna be it's gonna be awesome. So I kept saying deja vu when I was over here in New York. All right. Long story short, the deja vu became so familiar. Like in the song with Combata, where it says Ego Death. The title of his song is called Ego Death. He talks about in the song that always. I love the verse when he says that. The whole song is fucking awesome. I listen to it as motivation, and it's a very strong and deep intellectual um with different perspectives and visions of beyond, you know. But let me get to it. He says, you can play the song. I wish I could play it right now, but what he was saying, it's like when you see that the history repeats itself or something like that. He was saying, and it keeps repeat. Life is repetitive. It never quits. I mean, life is repetitive. It keeps looping. It never quits. And it says, he says, when you predict when you predict the patterns, you predict the trends. And I was getting that shit, and I was like, oh my god, like I've been predicting the patterns. And he even said, if you, as I'm glimpsing through my inner lens, if you don't, then you're like Samson when he clipped his dreads, when they clipped his dreads, or something like that along the words. And it's like when you're not in your mind's eye, if you're not seeing the truth, if you're not on this sixth sense by now, and you're looking through your physical eyes, you're just gonna be going through loops and loops through life, and life is gonna keep looping. And I've been seeing so many loops and loops and loops. That's also how I kind of see the present moment as it is. What I was talking about before too, in the video. In this video, it's like life creates the complicated loops, and once you predict the patterns, you predict the trends, and you can do that with your third eye open. And so that's what I'm saying. When you see through the bullshit, when you see through the illusion, and you see the truth, it's like there could be a whole scenery, like a movie. You're watching a movie, or you're looking at a picture, and if your third eye ain't open, you're just seeing a picture. But when your third eye is open, you're seeing something, and it's looking directly at you, and you're looking directly at it too. That's why when I say the truth is self-evident, it really is. And my friend says it too. Also, when I've been in my creative, multidimensional self, I've been rhyming a lot, and it's almost like I'm freestyling life, like I'm creating life itself, and you can speak that, and like using the universal laws, like rhythm. I forgot all. I didn't forget, but I'll look it back up. But I've been utilizing the laws of the universe, and I've been creating and doing things as the universe intended me to do, to be um to be in my power. Also, with great power comes with great responsibility. I've been watching Chronicle, the movie with the three people. They flying in the sky and stuff. But one of the guys could go crazy and mad, insanely driven for power, and he thinks he's the most powerful there is because he's acquired a skill, which is, I'm not gonna call it skill. He has a telekinesis mastery, and once you fly, you've mastered that. When you learn how to use damn, I'm stuttering on words. Someone is anyway. Telekinesis. Yeah, telekinesis. And the movie, so you guys know what the movie is. If you haven't seen it already, check out Chronicle. It's about three guys that's learning how to fly, and they seen this. I ain't gonna spoil it for people who haven't seen it. But anyway, it's about telekinesis. So he gets insane with power, and all of a sudden he's not powerful no more because he's dead. Because he dies in the movie because he didn't use his power responsibly. That's also knowing karma, knowing that what you put out is what you get back. I'm going to say it in a different way. In many words, whatever you put out is what you receive. You reap what you sow, you get what you give. If you push, something will pull. Whatever, you guys know the gist of that. That's easy. Law of attraction is real. You can manifest anything you want in reality. Yet consciously doing it and knowing that you're doing it and seeing that and how you say, seeing the evidence and knowing that you've done it becomes self-evident that you have the same power of the supreme and absolute creator, because the creator created us to be of that, to do things like that, so we can enjoy life in a more multifaceted, multi-dimensional experience. You have to, like, some people have life lessons to enjoy life itself. They have to learn how to enjoy life. They have to learn how to have fun. They have to learn these life lessons. Most people don't have good karma. That's why they're here. That's why when I came back here, I seen the same people and everybody. Really, I saw everybody that I saw before when I died and came back. I was like, hold up. But before I died, before I came back to this plane, I asked the spirit, the spirit. I'm just gonna say spirits, the guardians, the beings there. Can I remember what happened here? Can I remember so it can help me and so I won't forget? And they say yes. We will allow you to remember your experience here. So when I remembered it, it came back as if it was happening from the future, like I was in the future. But knowingly, it was happening now, but it happened before. See, it's weird shit. It's weird, right? Yeah, it's weird how I'm saying this, but I think I might be running out of time. I don't want to make the video too long. Make it good enough. I'm gonna top it off too with some good stuff. See, that's another rhyme I done. Anyway, let me not change the subject, the topic. So they allowed me to remember because they said you've reached a certain level of, I'm just gonna say it in my words, I've reached a certain level of awareness to where I have the capacity to remember what happened there. Because when I tried to remember everything there, because I went everywhere, from the fourth dimension to however far I could go, and I met God himself, but it wasn't like what people think. You have to see it for yourself. You have to be there. And I can't talk about it too much because you would get lost in the sauce if I try to explain this stuff. Because most of it I couldn't communicate in words. It's more of like feeling, like telepathy. You communicate without words. Like when people start thinking like that and doing things here, like on a regular, we would probably be like a step up to try to comprehend like the fourth dimensional things that the fourth dimension and astral planes more better on a regular too, on a daily day basis. With fifth dimensional things, fifth dimensional concepts and ideas and aspects and everything there and beyond, it's hard to explain because, like I said before in my previous video, it's like trying to see through a HD super high definition camera when you only have a 2-bit camera lens. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Just go with that. And you might say 2-bit camera lens, but you get what I'm saying. Like watching TV. The TV is super high definition. It's super vivid, multicolored, and unbelievably bright and vivid and luminous, everything. But you come back here in this realm and you just watch a plain old TV, two-dimensional TV. Yet there, it's like fifth-dimensional TV type shit. The TV, you can go into the TV like the Matrix. You can plug yourself up in there, and but the TV is even you yourself. It's yourself, and you can look at it like a geometric form, and create it with your mind and think of it, and then you can tap into different realms and tap into different timelines and still be there and also there in the timeline you would want to experience. Like you can experience your past life at the same time as you're there at the same time as you're there. You see what I'm saying? So when people are trying to understand shit and comprehend this shit that I'm trying to explain, it wouldn't make any. It's very complicated. It's very complicated. So to sum it up, I just say you'd have to see it for yourself. And so seeing is believing for me. No. Believing is seeing for me. Some people they see to believe. So you'd have to switch it up to really want to see more, like extraterrestrials and energy and things that you can't see with the naked eye, and interact with it and experience it and have an intimate relationship and everything with it, and exchange things with it and embody it, become it, be one with it, and love it, and it like it's your child, and embrace it, everything of that nature. That's why I just love going beyond and saying things like these topics I'm talking about, because it brings subtle sustenance that has a deep satisfaction, like food to the soul. It's like wisdom on a plate. A child would be like, what is that, Dad? What is that? Like, that's wisdom. Now eat up. No, I don't want it. Feed it to the dog then. Okay. Yeah, there the wisdom goes right there. So, that's why people are at their own rate. So I'm not judgmental. I'm not looking in a negative way towards people in that way. I stay away from people that want to harm me or have no intention to help or help themselves, and they're not compassionate or they're just low vibrational. So I don't give them back what they put out. At the same time, I'm aware of it, and that's enough there. So I just keep it moving when I'm around people of that vibration, because I'm beyond shape and form, and I know it, and I realized it before it even happened. So life after death is beyond imagination. This here we experiencing is a simulation. Once you come out of this jump, it's like what Combata said. Life is hatching in a little egg that's actually in a bigger egg. Crack it, then the hole will be too big to man. So, like he said, life is here. This is a little egg. You know what I'm saying? Little egg. The bigger egg is spiritual reality. It's things. It's the world that we don't see. Like, for example, here's an example. Here's a concept. Never mind. Yeah. 1% of reality, 1% of everything that we know is 1%. The 99% of that we don't know is the 99%. You get where I'm going with this? You see what I'm saying? That means we have so much to discover, and there's so much more to life than what we know here and what we know now. Humans and scientists and psychologists and philosophers, I mean, everybody, we're trying to figure out the biggest piece of life, the biggest meaning, the biggest detail, the biggest picture there is. Yet, we have to start with the basics. And there is the basics. And you have to connect the dots. But in order to do that, some people have to see it for themselves. Because, like, for example, if something chose someone to see what they want them to see, only them, and they're destined to see that of what they want to show them. Like if I'm going in the wilderness and I see a animal and it communicates to me and it's communicating to me and I'm the only person there in the wilderness in the forest and it was destined for me to know. And now it's up to me and my free will to share it with people if I intend to of what I've discovered. So this is what I was doing. Before I'm making this video now. When I was 17, I was making videos. I deleted them. I'm making new videos. They're even better. They're more deep. There's so much more. Like when you die and come back to life, like that's the ultimate. It's just so fucking crazy. It was almost like they told me when I was there. It was like I don't even know what they said. It's not even in words. They showed me who I was. I even saw my highest self in my angelic form. I became my angelic form. I had wings. I was a true angel, a light being. I was luminous. I could sing immaculately and sound vibration and create things with sound and think things into existence and fly and levitate and move things in my mind. I mean, communicate on off out of this world and do things that people would never even dream or imagine they could do. Yet you'd have to experience it for yourself. For yourself. So it's fucking awesome and it's fucking extraordinary with no ego. Shout out to Chuck for saying that. Shout out Chuck Bornstar, that's my nigga. Anyway, what I was going with this video also, it's so like deep. It is so deep and it's so profound. And I know it. You know it if you know what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? You hear me? That's what I'm saying with these levels of awareness. You can go all the way up. And what I do is I go all the way up until I can't go up no more. But you can go all the way up. But at the same time, you have to be aware that you're still in this physical realm, in this material realm. You don't want to go too far. You go too far, it's not bad, and nor is it good. It just you would totally not fit in when you're around people or anybody. Just like with this experience, I can tell you right now, when I'm operating on my seventh chakra awareness, and it's activated and stimulated, right? The sun is shining outside. It's beautiful. I can even intend to make the sun shine through the clouds and focus and harness my energy to do so. Yet I don't brag about it. I just do it when it needs to be done because, for example, if it rains or something, I would like the sun to come out. Or if something happens or it and there's energy that wants to bother me or something, I just shine a light on the bullshit. And it's like the truth and it just kills the ignorance. It kills the shit. And it stops it. And then I can just, it's like the light. If there's something dark coming, you just shine a light. Anyway, what I was saying, when I'm in the seventh chakra awareness, I be walking around the streets, it'd be like I'm not here, but I'm here at the same time. And it's not that I'm high. I'm not high. My mind is elevated naturally, intendedly, willfully, and excuse me, excuse me. And walking around the street, walking in society around people, I could be in my crown chakra. I got my twist, my two-strand twist, and the growing. So when I'm walking, I feel like I'm divinely guided by spirit. I got a notification. I'm divinely guided by spirit. It's an hour-long video. Wow. Anyway, I'm divinely guided by spirit. That's 3 times I said. So when I know that, it's like even I can communicate with birds, and I can instruct them through the will and the divine intelligence through me as they are connected also to do or to function. Not even function because they're already functioning on a subtle and natural, organic level, um, state of awareness too. But like if I do a head nod to somebody and I'm in my seventh level of awareness, see, I shouldn't speak on this too soon. I'm not gonna speak on it right now. But let's just say it just does things, right? So that's another thing. You speak on things too soon, it might not happen. It's not gonna happen if you speak on things too soon, and you have to stop yourself from speaking, because what the Creator, the Supreme Absolute, um, Creator wants you to do divinely and intentionally, willingly, willingly do within humanity, for humanity, within society or within the world, is divine service and will towards humanity. And it's like a service, like customer service in a business, but it's excellent customer service. And you got some people that are really bad at customer service. Some people don't like to talk to people. Some people can't stand people. Some people don't communicate well. Some people in businesses and corporations and businesses, they have bad customer service and they have bad people skills. So knowing that, you gotta communicate. And with the mask and everything, I'm gonna go there. You got a mask on your face and you walk around in the public and people, and even in stores, because I work at McDonald's, you try to speak and communicate to your coworkers or anybody, you got to speak up. But people are so scared and paranoid about a coronavirus, they don't make no freaking sense. All it's telling you, the solution to that, and everybody focus on the problem, they want to keep a mask on, but the solution is just keeping your immune system up, regardless of wearing a mask or not. I don't care about wearing a mask, but I do it mindfully because I know people is thinking like that. They're scared. They don't want to get sick. I understand that. They don't want to die. I understand that. And I know better. I'm not going to do it to fuck with somebody. I'm not going to do it to mess with somebody. No. Respectfully knowing and respectfully knowing where people are at, how they think and how they function, how they behave. I can read everything about a person just by being there or being in their presence, communicating with them. If they say one word that's out of the frequency and tone of where I'm at, I already instantly know where you at. The supreme absolute truth of how I see the supreme and absolute truth, which I've seen and I know, and speaking in the way of where the truth goes, where the truth is. It's a straight shot. You go straight to the point. There's no confusion. It's not hard to get what you need when you just ask it straight to the point. If you want something, ask for it straight to the point. If you're being compassionate, if I can do it for you, I see if I can. Compassion goes a long way. Humbleness goes a long way. Discipline goes a long way. And diligence and confidence and all of that good quality stuff that human beings should have. All of us should have. I have it all. I'm I'm not associating myself with everybody in this world because I've seen too much and I know things that an average ordinary person wouldn't know. That's why I'd like to say I'm an extraterrestrial and you're looking right at them. Can I say that? Can I get an amen? Oh, can I get an amen? Oh man, like this is some church right here. Yeah, I don't need your money. I don't want money and fundings to speak divine intellect and words from a source of I say absolute, or I'm not going to say perfection. There's certain levels and there's certain things you got to do before you can reach the state of perfection. You'd have to die to be perfect, but you have to do things here before you die to be perfect. I say perfect, to be perfect. And your soul has to grow and evolve, just like the physical body experiences through the soul. The soul experiences through the physical body. Soul is actually, or the spirit itself too. I can speak on that. They're not one and the same, but they're similar in in understanding. They're similar in quality, in nature, or quality. I can just say that. So what was I saying? I skipped something, but I guess I'm gonna come back around with the train of thought, and then come back straight up. Well, like I was saying, is the truth is straight to the point, right? If you want something, you ask for it. If you have an ulterior or interior agenda or motive that is negative or malicious to get around something or trying to avoid to get what you want, and then you get it, you're gonna get karma, and it's gonna come back to you. Somebody's gonna do the same shit to you as you've done to them. Just that's why I have good karma. I know right from wrong. I'm not a person, and I am a person. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. Let me finish what I'm about to say. I'm a grown man, yet I'm aware of my inner innocence and childlikeness and purity. My heart is pure. It's golden. That's why in the song "The Fourth Kind" I said, "The heart of gold." The fourth kind has a heart of gold. So I mean that too. I was about to say something else. They're messing up my train of thought. This thing's coming in. I gotta do the bed count. Damn. Let's see if I can pause this. Alright, I'm back. I had to do the bed count, bed check thing. Anyway, yeah. Like I was saying, right? I'm trying to get my train of thought. That's what I was talking about with the interceptions of like how the material realm, the mundane world operates, how it functions. In this world, people and things come and go, dwindle, and they do things, they interact, and then they go away, and then not to say it's a bad thing. That's how life is here. And when you're in a higher realm, I'm gonna come back to what I was saying. I just have to remember where I was at. I had to jump back to where I was at. I was going on with something too. What I was saying? A little bit more. Fifth dimension, the fifth dimension is, and when you're there, there's no beginning nor an end. There is no beginning and no end. There is just now. And you don't experience time and feeling anxious or worry about, I gotta be somewhere at this time, because you can go and there's enough time. Listen, eternal time, meaning that in a sense for us to understand, or for a person to understand, it's timeless. Time doesn't exist there. There is no, I gotta go to work at this time, I gotta clock in, or I gotta pick up the children at school at this time, or I gotta eat food at this time. I mean, or you gotta eat when you gotta eat though, but you gotta feed your stomach when it gets hungry again. And when you're full, it'll go back to where it was before. When you're hungry again. But when you're not, in the physical body. You don't feel hunger. You don't feel pain. You don't feel sadness, and you definitely don't feel the need to be around low vibrational entities or energies or noise, astral noise or static. And you wish not to be around those things because you know it can affect you. That's why I said one person can affect everybody, and the energy can transfer to something else. Like a spirit that embodies somebody, the spirit can travel and go on to another body. Or it can be anything it wants to be because it's energy. So innately, if I wanted to be an angel, no, let me not go there. If I wanted to look like Einstein, right, and when I died, I could have looked like Einstein. You know what I'm saying? And came back into this physical form like Einstein. Now my name would probably be something else. I don't know. It would have been Einstein, or it would have been my name, or a name that I wanted to choose or create. But that's what I'm saying. Spirit, the energy, you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything, and the realization of this is so profound that it is life changing. And the spiritual enlightening realizations, self realizations about life and the afterlife and how things work, the laws of nature, observing nature, and knowing the functions of reality, the functions of nature, trees and animals, insects, the relationship, the connections with everything and everyone. And you knowing that, the realization of that, it's so profound, it's life changing. It's life changing. That's why I made the song 555, because the 555 number signifies, it means change. And it don't, it's on my album, it says change is coming. In one of my songs, I predicted my death. I spoke about it, and then I typed under, I put a comment. It's funny as shit, because I'm laughing while I'm doing it, while I'm typing it, because I know already. I put in a comment on the song about something about the experience, some of the experience. It wasn't that very detailed, but I just told about myself having experience that I did pass away. That's why I was like, I'm surprised. I'm so surprised. I'm alive or something. You gotta hear the song if you want to. I'm gonna play it, but it's not gonna be on the video. I just listen to my music sometimes. I'm starting to make beats, but I gotta get the Fruity Loop studio full version. I got the trial version. I can export music, but I can't save the songs, which is inconvenient. So I would have to get the free version, or I have to get the full version, which is free. You get it? I have to get the free full version, or I have to pay for it, or I just get it from a person, another source. But I'm not too pressed about it, because in this life that I'm doing now, like when I made that song, which is called "I Had to Be Nice," I even spoke about the future of what I was talking about. My past life is this life that I'm living now, but actually, I'm the future self of my past life. The more um, what do you call it? The more enlightened version of myself, the higher version of myself. So when I put in a song, I said something like my past life. I said something about my past life, and I said so long to my past life. I don't know what the fuck I said. It's kind of giving me a headache because I can't remember what I'm saying and what I was saying in the song. Anyway, to keep the knowledge and intellect elevated, I had to come back up to the chakras, to the levels of awareness, because I had to come in contact and interact with another being on a different level of awareness. So that's why I had to descend and lower my awareness and dumb myself down, basically. Not to say that I'm smart and the other person's not. It's just, how you call it, fluctuating. It's fluctuating my energy. I'm fluctuating my energy when I communicate to people on different levels of awareness. So when you are on when you have the seven chakra system um activated, you've reached to the seven chakras. You've reached to the seventh chakra, and you go even beyond that. You can experience death, and still you can even you could possibly experience what I went through. Maybe similar, or totally different, or the same. I don't know. But anyway, the video is gonna go off soon, and I don't want to talk too much because there's ways of talking about things that don't really um, affect reality. And in fact, when you speak on mundane things or in a certain tone or frequency of vibration or language, or vocabulary, grammar, spells, spelling, how you pronounce things, the sounds that come out of your mouth, it does things to reality. It does things to the environment, to the people, to the energy around you, and it affects reality. So I'm giving that tip there. That's why I like to keep my knowledge elevated and stay on the higher levels of awareness. I can stay up, but I come back down on my own terms because I can make myself feel down by choice. Like say if I smoke 3 cigarettes, I'm gonna definitely be like back to back. I'm gonna definitely feel low vibration. Ultimately knowing how to come back up. Man, I've been getting text messages and notifications. Uh, yeah, I think I gotta go now. But y'all got the message. You get what I'm saying, right? There's a lot of things to talk about. A lot of experience I have. Um, I have a lot of wisdom, and it's a lot for my age. I could sit down with an old person and say, hey, I'm a wise man, because an old person can be dumb too. It depends on where they at and how we see each other, how we connect. My third eye's open now, so I'm definitely in the game. The simulation, I'm seeing the truth. My eye is open. Yeah. Oh, you can see that? Yeah. So, people here is just absurd. Not absurd. They just like drama. Drama's low vibrational. I don't even like saying stuff like that. I don't even like speaking on things that don't even fucking matter. That is obviously because I know I'm intelligent. That's self-evident there. And like if somebody says, if they point out the obvious, or if I speak on the obvious, and I already know that situation there, that person created for themselves, they did it to themselves. It's self-evident, and people can see that too. Like somebody drives a car and they know they're not supposed to get drunk because they have bladder issues and they're close to having kidney failure, but they're gonna drink anyway. And they drive in a car, they get drunk enough and they crash and shit, and they infecting everybody else putting their life in danger and everybody else in danger. I mean, stupid shit like that that people have to realize and have common sense not to do because you're not supposed to do shit like that. But I was just giving y'all a image, you know, to see how sharp and vivid you can see things and say you can say things to see. You know what I'm saying? What do you call that? That's why I say, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And to make sense of like things in the non-physical realm, it, I said it's complicated. It's very complicated. It's very complicated. Here, when there's like children here, like as far as the evolution of mankind goes, there's people that are babies. Even old people, they're like babies spiritually. Where their soul is at, how evolved they are, how aware they are, and you have some. That's why I be like, age doesn't matter, because you can learn. You could take 1,000 lifetimes to get one thing right, right? And and another person can take 3 lifetimes and get that and get one thing right and learn something, learn what they need to learn. Yet another person could take 50 lifetimes to learn something, to learn their lesson. Yet my lifetime was only 3. I've only been on this earth 3 times, which is kind of funny as hell, because that's why I told y'all, you're looking at an extraterrestrial. People have to understand and realize, and people have to see it. They think an extraterrestrial is just a person, a humanoid that doesn't represent or doesn't look totally human. A human can look like a human can be an extraterrestrial. When you think about an alien with a big head and a small body, yes, that's an extraterrestrial, but that's not the only form that an extraterrestrial can take. That's where the intelligence comes from. When people are intelligent, when you're intelligent, you definitely know already. You know what an extraterrestrial is. You know who you yourself. I don't have to explain this shit. It kind of feels bad for me to explain stuff like that, because not everybody sees like that or knows things like that. Like, they'd have to see proof, right? You want to see proof. I've got abducted by an extraterrestrial. I've had experiences with light beings. I've astral projected and I said astral projected. I've astral projected and seen things, and I even died and came back to life and seen way more things, and experienced and known and realized so many things, and met masters and ascended masters and angels like 70 feet tall. I mean, like giants beyond giants, and there's guardians, and there's so many freaking things, and that people would dream and imagine with their wildest imaginations. That's why I said there's way more to life than just this. So whoever is curious, you say curiosity killed the cat. Yeah, the cat saw the ultimate truth, the supreme and absolute truth. And the cat has 9 lives, so you can come back 9 times if you want it. You know what I'm saying? So that means you've seen the truth, the supreme absolute truth 9 times. 9 is an ultimate number. You guys know that. Well, yeah, it's a very divine number. When you see synchronicities, it's the universe communicating to you. The universe communicating to me all this time. I was waking up while I was having the mad deja vus in New York. Coming over here, I was experiencing paranoia. I mean, I was already telepathic and I was already clairvoyant and empathic. And I was feeling things and going through and traveling. I mean, living life. But when I died and then I came back, it changed everything. It really did. yet I can still kind of fit in with people and have conversation about things that matter in this world. But what really matters to me is not of this world. That's why most people, I communicate with, I just talk to them the way they um they talk to me. Like if somebody asks me, you know where the nearest um bathroom is? You know where the store is at? They have a bathroom. Oh, I don't know. Why? Because I don't know. I don't know where the nearest bathroom is, and I know in a different area. And if they ask me, I tell them go there. Now, knowing that if it's too late and the time is 8 o'clock p.m. and the store closes at 8 o'clock p.m., I'm gonna say no. I don't know. It's closed. I'm sorry. And they're gonna look at me like, damn, why? Because you can't save and help everybody with everything. When people are learning their life lessons, you can't save them and help them learn their life lesson. They have to learn it for themselves because life is teaching them something uniquely made for them to learn for their soul. I, right? I have the pieces of the puzzle and I have seen the pieces of the puzzle as the whole puzzle fulfilled. That's why, and trying to explain this, I just said it's complicated. It's complicated. This shit is out of this world. I be laughing my ass off. The experience of an emotion is beyond this world when you're a spiritual, energetic being of light, pure energy. Like when you experience love, you're just freaking in it. You're just freaking. You're just you're having sex with it. You're eating it, and you're feeling it, and you're talking to it, and you're doing everything with it. You know, like just to go on with that kind of thinking, give you guys an idea of how expansive and infinitely like awesome it is to actually be in the world after you die, the life after death. So when people come to me, and even sometimes I hear conversation going on while people are talking as I'm where I'm at, in any location. Like if I'm outside and I hear people talking about something that intrigues my thinking, yet then they cut it kind of short because they're not actually intelligent enough to have the conversation to reciprocate it on an intellectual level. Like if the other person is not as intelligent as the other person, they're not going to necessarily talk about it enough, a lot, you know, to elevate it more and more and more, to elevate thinking more. It just stops there and they just go back and forth on that level. Yet with me, I can go all the way up. That's why I said this supreme absolute truth is straight to the point. That's why you go straight up. You ascend, and it's forward thinking, progressive thinking in this world. And an ascension is spiritual elevation, mental elevation, elevated mind, elevated consciousness, elevated um, awareness, expanded awareness, raising of the vibration out. That was loud. Increasing, ascending, accelerating. Um, accelerating is not really a word I want to use because you can speed up time, but it would be an illusion because actually you're just running really fast. See what I'm saying? Like the superhero Flash. Like I be thinking before in my past life, I was thinking like I was these superhuman, superheroes with superpowers, and I actually was. And innately, I used my powers so good, so well, it was kind of freaking me out because I was like, yo, did I just freaking stop time? Yo, like, is this shit really happening? This is crazy. People say the coronavirus crazy. You don't know what's crazy till bodies start dropping. Cause I can tell you the ugly truth about this world too. But the supreme and absolute truth of about spiritual realm is what I want to talk about. The ugly truth about this world is that the government doesn't want you to live. So innately, we're all going to die eventually. Yet you shouldn't be afraid of it. You should embrace it, because that's your ticket out of here to see more, experience more of who you are. Yeah, yeah, that's the truth. That's facts. Can I say it like that? Can I get a hello there? Say hello, good brother, man. You doing fine over there? Good looking. Nice job. Well done. I had to look at her. Good job. I say. You're doing a fine job there, sir. I thank you. Thank you very much. But also, like communicate with people. That's what I've been really trying to have a intelligent conversation with people. And it's hard, kind of, sort of, because not everybody's on the same train of thought at the time being, or in that mindset at the time being. Like if somebody smokes weed, and I cannot smoke weed and still elevate my mind while they're elevating their mind. It's crazy, right? That's crazy, right? Yet people is crazy acting like the coronavirus is this serious. It's not even nothing scary. You ain't seen nothing scary. And I told you already in the video. Fear is an illusion. It's not real. It's when you're operating off of the third level of awareness, which is the solar plexus, which is when your instinct and your gut feeling is all you know, and you're always about driven and power, you know, and and and, and you want to get over on people. You want to force your way. You want to push people away. You want to push people out the way, you know, because you have the power. You do ab workouts. You got an 8-pack, you know. You're feeling masculine today. You're feeling like you got some power. You know, that's your solar plexus. That's that masculinity. I feel like the higher chakras could be the unifying factor of the masculine and feminine. Because the heart itself is the truly feminine way of expressing any creation. I mean, yeah, expressing yourself. Like people say, I love you. A man can love a woman. A woman can love a man. Yeah, and a man can love another man, but not in that way with a sexual desire. I don't like that. I'm not like that. I ain't ever felt like that. Yeah, but in this time, in this era, you have some children kind of sexually attracted to their parents or their brothers or sisters or whatever it may be, and also having love for them and compassion. And it's like it's not confusion to that degree, but don't get it twisted. You either love them, your heart connects with their heart. But if you're gonna feel a sexual arousal while you're around your children, or if you're a father and you feel aroused by having your daughter on your lap, and that ain't right. And then she grew up to be some whore, and then that's how it works with this bullshit. I already know because I see a lot of kids, young generation people, my generation people, acting ignorant as hell. They acting like school ain't even ever gonna come back. They acting like total asshole ignorance, and I said it that way because it don't make sense. And then I look at them, I hear what they saying, and they're acting all cocky and arrogant and egotistical. How the fuck did this generation, my generation, be like this? I'm the messiah of my generation or something? Nah, there's more like me. Yet the rest of them is like they fucking toddlers. on the chain of evolution. I mean, not the chain of evolution, on the of evolution, like a fucking toddler. I'm not saying a toddler is dumb. I'm saying the mindset, the mentality, the maturity. And I already know. That's why I say karma and life teaches you what you need to learn in your life, so you can get to the next step. So that when you do die, you have another, you have another a step up from where you was before. And then you say, okay, now I'm getting the hang of it. Yeah, I'm back again. And I'm getting the hang of it a little bit. I'm getting the hang of it. Yeah. So when you become a master, spiritually um, inclined, being a master, you ascend and you create good karma, and then you can freely travel. That's what being an ascended master is: to freely travel from plane of existence to plane of existence to other planes of existence. I mean existences, and that's what I was. That's what I am. That's what I'm doing. And I can, and even in the Egyptian times, that's why I wear this ankh. I talk about my ankh a lot. It's a symbol of immortality. Immortality is real. You can choose to die when you want, yet only until you finish what you were done, what you were supposed to be doing here. You can choose to die. You can. That's why people commit suicide. But I don't want to go there because I was in that state of awareness, and that was the world making me that way. I wasn't making myself that way, but I had a choice, and that's why I chose to not kill myself and keep living. And this is where I'm at now. I mean, this is the that was this is the journey, and now I'm here. You know, I'm not in a suicidal mindset. That's psychotic bullshit. I don't go to people. That's when you take medication and you can't control your mind, you can't control your thoughts, and you have anxiety. You have the stupid labelized mental illnesses that the society and its psychiatric motherfuckers and doctors telling you what you got. Nobody know what the goddamn thing, man. Nobody know what the goddamn thing is called. Yeah, I know what the fuck it's called. I mean, you guys know. You know what you know. You looking at this video. But you know what I'm saying? Schizophrenia ain't nothing but freaking clairvoyance. Is when your third eye is activated. But if you have a toxified pineal gland, it's going to be irritated and agitated till you truly see what you till you truly see, till your soul is detoxified and till your soul becomes purified. And how you do that is when you keep ascending and descending and ascending and descending until until you have freaking mastered it. That's why you have to be on all levels. You have to be on all levels. You can be on all levels at the same time too. When I'm talking about the levels, I'm talking about levels of awareness, the chakras. You go beyond the 7 levels of awareness, 7 chakra systems. You got 13 chakra systems. 13 chakra systems. So there, you can, if somebody's in that 13th chakra system, they might call that motherfucker schizophrenic, psychotic with bipolar disorder or some shit. Why? Because they don't understand what it is. A motherfucker that hasn't traveled to the spiritual realm or doesn't have access to it because they have a calcified pineal gland ain't gonna ever understand it. Ain't gonna ever know. And the people that do that, and I'm telling you the ugly truth, is the motherfuckers that are reptilian and they shapeshifters and they the extraterrestrial race of reptilians that's instructing the evil, wicked man and other men. That's why I put in my song "Take Control Now" or whatever the song was that I made. I put in the lyrics, you can hear it. Yeah, they controlling mankind. That's why you can look all this shit up on some spiritual website. They tell you all about it with the Matrix. They got that shit in the movie. The motherfucking government, CIA operatives, the shadow government, motherfuckers behind the scene. You got Illuminati motherfuckers. You got all them motherfuckers. They evil, right? I'm telling you the truth. When people don't even believe, some people don't even believe in the Illuminati. You know why? Because they can't handle the truth. Get it straight to the point. If somebody gonna tell you something, they goddamn ought to tell you. They don't just say and wait till you till they say something so that you can say something. That's not reciprocal, and that's not absolutely reciprocal. And that's actually beating around the bush. Actually, if you ever heard of that, that's actually stalling. hmm and it's not being confident about what you're saying. It's not speaking your mind. It's not speaking what's on your chest. You know, and I can go all the way up and all the way down. And I don't want to brag about it. I don't get too boastful, but I'm telling you the truth. I can keep it mundane. I can also I can keep, when people say keep it real, I can keep it real. Yes, but what I do in my new terminology of words, when the people say keep it real, what I say with that, keep it 10 stacks. Keep it 10 stacks. Some people say I keep it 1,000. I keep it 10 stacks, motherfucker. I didn't mean to say motherfucking word. I got a little egotistical about that. But it's hilarious because you keep it a stack, that's keeping it more than real. When you keep it real, it's only dealing with the mundane world. You have to know how word and wordplay works. What people say, how they affect you when they leave, when they say something, and then you hear what they say before they leave, and it kind of it you don't want to listen to it because if they say something irregular or confusing or that something that doesn't resonate with you or doesn't correspond, it doesn't make sense, and then you walk away and it's not proper communication and stuff like that and that of that nature, it's gonna disrupt the field of it's gonna disrupt the mental and psychic field of awareness. Like you can see a lot of confusion, like the movie Bird Box. They said that they put the blindfold on so they wouldn't look at it, all the madness, and if they looked at it, they go crazy and kill themselves. That's actually kind of what's going on now, and in certain ways, in little ways also. All these movies that they've been making ever since about these so-called prophesized events, they're fake prophesized events. They've actually planned this shit before, way before. That's why I talked about it in one of my videos, I think, where that's what I'm saying. Illuminati, all the motherfuckers that's wanting mankind to self-destruct, they want to control you and manipulate you. That's how it is with them. They want to keep you dumbed down. They want to keep you trapped here until you keep reincarnating and reincarnating through the cycle of life in this chain, this cycle, and then they want to keep making you stupid and keeping you dumbed down and stupid and unintelligent so you can keep messing up and creating karma for yourself. So you can keep acting out of ignorance and stupidity to keep you here in this planet so they can control you even longer. But they can't keep a motherfucker that's woke and with their third eye open, all their chakras open, and motherfucker intelligent like myself and seeing the supreme absolute truth and knows and realize all this shit is an illusion in this fucking world. But it isn't truly real until you truly see with your first eye, with your third eye, and you see the truth. You know? You see what I'm saying? And then you wake up and then you start working on yourself and the spiritual journey you take and the spiritual awakening, the spiritual enlightenment, and Then you learn about the levels, and you learn about what's your purpose in life, why you here, what's your destiny, you know, who am I, what am I? You gotta learn all that shit. You got to. There's no other way to get out of this world. That's why I'm out of this world, but I'm also here at the same time. And that's why I say when I'm in my seventh level of awareness, I'll be here, but I'm not here. My higher self, possibly, I could say that, if I may say that, is like for example, I'm gonna use this. This is real. This is real, and I'm gonna keep it 10 stacks with you. You got the soul, and the soul has different expressions of itself and different variations, or versions. I'm gonna say, you got the astral body, light body, etheric body, celestial body. All them bodies, there's different versions of the soul, right? And then you got, okay, you got the soul, a different version of the soul. Then you got the higher mind, that is the mind of the soul. And then beyond that, the higher mind is the super soul, or I just say the oversoul. And then beyond the oversoul is the there's so many levels of shit, like collective consciousness, universal consciousness, um, collective subconsciousness, and then divine, universal or supreme consciousness. What you can talk about it all. I mean, I could say it all right there. You got the infinite unifying field of consciousness, and it goes on until it reaches the supreme absolute consciousness. I could just say that to end it there. But there's no end, because as much as we evolve and grow, so does God. I'm gonna say that word, God. But in my way, how I say God, supreme absolute creator, the supreme absolute creator. It's a 2-hour long video. Let's get it. It's a marathon for spiritual people. And it's the thing with religion too. That's also a trap. And what's a trap? A trap is what kills mouse, rats, rodents, insects, pests. And what they got, trap music, you bumping and thumping your ears, low vibrational music to keep you trapped mentally, and the snare or the trap within your mind. So people is closed minded and they ain't thinking outside the box when you're listening to trap music. So what you gotta do instead is listen to some good music. The old people, older folks, I'm not gonna say old people, older folks, they listen to old school. They listen to soul music because it's soul, you know. But they got this hip hop music, the media, the social media. I don't even be on social media. Live your life. Get off social media. Fuck putting the picture up. Fuck all that. If you want to do that to stay in contact with people, that's awesome. I ain't knocking none of that. You know? But I don't be on social media because I'm living my life. And I can update y'all with a lot of stuff once I'm, like I'm doing now. Once I get a chance to do so. It's a long ass video, and I go to work tomorrow, and I start at 2 o'clock. Everything I already got set up for me. I've done it for myself. You want to do something, you do it for yourself. If you want something done the right way, do it for yourself. You do it. If you have to wait on a process or with a system, wait for the system to help, and if there's a system involved, the process, you got to be patient. But be patient with yourself, and be patient with others, because being disciplined helps with that. I'm not trying to give you guys advice, but that's why I told you life is the best teacher. Excuse me. And people have to learn life lessons in order to get to the next level. But it's not complicated like the physical, like the spiritual realm that I was talking about. I mean, let me say it's not complicated. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. Let me go back. It's not complicated. It's not hard. It's very easy. Life is easy. Why it was hard from the start is because, see, and what is the why? Why? Because first you got to know why. So ask yourself in a meditative state, or ask your chapel, ask, I mean, what do you call it? Ask your reverend, and see if he can tell you why. You know, a person with wisdom can help a person out, can help somebody, can do service, can do good for a person. I have a lot of wisdom, and I love to share a lot of it with people, and it's not going to go away. What goes away and can be and people can tend to forget is information. But that's why you write down what you need to do, like that, so you can remember what you need to do, like a pen and paper. You write down what you got. Not like, for example, let me look at an example. You want to learn the address to a store or a house you need to go to, and you got a bad memory or short-term memory or whatever, and you know you're not going to remember it. You're not going to keep it in your head because there's always life going on, and you get distracted, and the train of thought tends to go away and stuff like that in that nature. So you write it down on some paper. You write down your phone numbers. You write it down. You can't remember everything that's like this mundane stuff, you know. But you can remember everything. That's truly absolute. That's truly who you truly are, and what your true self knows. Spirit knows everything. Spirit knows everything. Spirits can do anything. And as we are that within this physical form, right, in a shell, in an avatar that allows us to operate and function within this realm, you have to understand that we came into this life actually knowing everything, but then forgetting. And now, some people have to remember what they know, what they knew. But it's here. It's in your heart. It's in your mind's eye. It's everywhere. It's like for example, I'm gonna try to create this. Look, we got a little something. Let's say there's an energetic aura that is around my mind. I mean, around my head, right? And if I ever wanted to remember something, all I had to do was lift my finger, lift my hands, and pick it out from the energetic field around my head or around anywhere, you know. But just for this simple example, I just use it around my head. It's energy. It's infinite. It's a source. It's a collective source of information and an intelligent entity or energy that communicates telepathically. And as I think it, it knows what I want before I grab it. And when I grab it, I get whatever I need exactly when I need it. Right? And then I pick it out from the cloud over my head, or the energy over my head, and I look at it and pull it out and read it like a when you take the paper out of a fortune cookie. You say, okay. Now we're talking. This is what I got to do now. It's that simple. That's how consciousness works too. That's how it can work. I mean, that's what it can do, not how it works. That's what it can do too. But also, we have technology that can do that. You know, but the best technology is already here. We've been had it. Nature, the human body, spiritual um evolution. A motherfucker that has mastered and reached heights within the mind can work miracles and do things that they talked about in the Bible, talking about Jesus Christ. Anybody can do that. If this is the same stupid thing, I can't seem to tell people differently the way I want to tell them, but the way they can understand it. If I can do it, so can you. I'm gonna just that's keeping it real. But when I keep it a stack, I can explain how I can go into depths, knowingly with knowledge and intelligence, and then keeping it 10 stacks. I can talk about some shit. I can talk about some shit that'll blow your mind on a different level of the same way we use things and do things here. It's on another level, and I can explain that kind of operation, that kind of function. Like if I want to turn the TV on with the remote, I use the remote right here, right? And I pick the remote up and turn the TV on and press the power button, turn it on. Now, the same thing I can do in the spiritual realm. Now, using that analogy, turning the TV on, I can use that concept or analogy. I don't know how to use those things, but anyway, I know what I mean when I say what I mean, what I know. Like if I turn the remote on with my mind, bless me, I can open I can open a new door within my own mind, so to speak. Like if I imagine pressing a remote, pressing the power button on the remote control, and I'm imagining a TV in front of me while I'm pressing the remote and the power button on, and I let my imagination and I let my subconsciousness utilize the TV that I'm thinking about and envisioning within my mind, and it shows me something like, say, for example, the future, or it shows me something I will manifest, or it shows me something that I need to learn in life, or it shows me something, in many ways, it can show you anything you need, or everything. You get what I'm saying? So it's that simple. The technology is already here. We have the super advanced supercomputer already here. It's the human body, the human mind, and the DNA within the human body, the genetics, the strands of DNA, junk DNA. I even talked about it before. I said, if you have junk DNA, if I go into a junkyard and I see a lot of junk, but I know how to work and fix the junk to make something of it, and I turn it into treasure, like for example, a broken down car, I get the pieces, and I make a brand new car. And I drive the junk. And I ain't have to pay for nothing really. I had the tools I need and a little bit of money for the gas or whatever. I have a little gas shop or something already have gas within my shop or my garage, whatever. I have everything I need right here. So when people they talk about junk DNA, that's dormant DNA. That's not been used for a very long time. That's why they call it junk. So that's why they came out with the movie Lucy 2. Not the number 2, I'm saying that's why they came out with Lucy. Because people can do things like that. Yet, everybody that's seen the movie didn't really apply themselves in that way. But when I was watching some TV or some chronicles, when I was watching movies about like superpowers and things of that nature, I get so excited and I feel so like fired up about it because I know it's real. I know I can do things like that. I've done it. and to do the things I've done in the realm beyond this realm, here, if I do them here, it's gonna fucking blow people's mind away. It's gonna be like impossible. What? And people have been seeing things like that too, like UFOs flying in the sky. They're not fake. There's some fake videos. There's Photoshop. That's real. You know, people fake you out. They can do things. They can trick you, but you can't be gullible. You have to. If you seek the truth, you will find it. Um, there's UFOs. There's aliens. There's so many things here that we haven't discovered yet as human beings on this planet. That it will blow our minds. When people talked about monsters or myths about what do you call it, mythological creatures like the Loch Ness monster, or even dinosaurs or dragons, or anything that you can imagine, anything they talk about that they think is not real, or they have no proof of it being real. It's real. I've seen it myself. They're actually in different realms of existence, different planes of existence. Anything you can imagine, anything you've seen in this world is also elsewhere. Yet people have to see it to believe it. And I'm like, you're actually thinking backwards. Some people think backwards, and that's why it's not good. And it's messing themselves up. I'm like, nah, can't do that. I can't listen to you talk because the way you think is backwards. So what you're saying is backwards. And when I hear you say things that are backwards, you're trying to make me go backwards too. Hell to the no. I'm going forward, and I'm going straight up, like a 90-degree angle. You hit a right, and then you go up. And you hit a right, that's the journey you take in life, and you go up, that's the ascension. That's the ascension. 90 degrees, and that's straight to the point. That's why when you hit somebody with the truth and with intelligence, it's gonna make them. It's gonna kind of make them feel like when I say things like that to somebody. That's why I don't talk to everybody about stuff like this. I just make a video and put it out there. If somebody want to look at it, they look at it. I don't care about it. I already know I have the information and the wisdom and the knowledge about it. That's why I'm sharing it. So it's recorded within this worldly system, so I can leave it behind. So when I go elsewhere to send, somebody else can listen and watch this stuff. Anyway, that's what legends do. That's what. Yeah. But anyway, I was saying, when people hear stuff like this really intelligent vocabulary, or not vocabulary. I don't got the sophisticated or complex vocabulary as a lawyer or an English teacher. No, I don't need that kind of wordplay because I don't need to sound sophisticated or educated. I am very intellectual. Education is for dumbed down people. Education is the reason why I hated life in the first place. But I tended and got to like it and enjoyed it because I got out of school and graduated this shit. I was tired of being in school. I said, hey, thank God I'm out of school. School is a prison and a trap, and it's full of asshole kids. Like, I would hate to be in school again. That's why I don't want to go to college. Ain't no need to go to college. They even got schools shut down now. They probably gonna reopen soon. They get kids back into the same shit we've been into, and the adults. And if you enjoy school, I salute you. I salute you, sir. You know. Anyway, hitting somebody with that level of intelligence, it might kind of threaten their ego because they might feel like, so you saying I'm not smart enough? But it might come out the wrong way just when you say like one little word, or when you say a word like I have intelligence. I'm intelligent. I say I'm intelligent. Some people might call me and say I'm smart. You know, I know I'm smart, But smart isn't the word for me. Intelligent is the word for me. Divinely intelligent is the word for me. That's accurate. Smart is for a motherfucker with a doctorate degree. Smart is a motherfucker with proof and documentation of an education that of which he studied or she studied. As validation to um, educate others with that same information. It's information. It's not knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is food for the mind. Information is applicable within the mundane world. We all can use information, but we all need knowledge and wisdom. Does that ring a bell? That sounds right. Well, I already know it's right. Anyway, yeah. So when I come off and I say things like, when people try to come off at me like it was funny as shit. When I started working at McDonald's, I was new at McDonald's. My boss, she would always kind of get on me and kind of boss me around like she's the fucking shit, like boss man. But she's a woman, and yet I already know where she at. First time I met and said, first time I met and talked with her, I know where she at mentally, and I know where her heart is, and I know where her soul is at. Cause I told you, I see through the bullshit and I see the truth. When my third eye's open, I already know this shit's shutting down. They can't come at me with some confusion because my eye is already focused on the prize. And while people is distracted and like if you focus on the bullseye and you playing darts and you focus on the bullseye, yet there's a crowd of people around you. You know, let's just say for an example, they're trying to talk to you and trying to distract you and say, hey, let's play some beer pong. Let's do something else. Come on, come with me. I'm like, no, I need to get this dart in the bullseye so I can feel like I've actually got it because I know I can do it. You know, kind of sort of like, you know, an example like that. Yeah, you focus on the prize. I'm focused on the prize, yet other people, they want to focus on the bullshit. I don't focus on the problem, I focus on the solution. I'm aware of the problem, but I don't focus on it. That makes it worse. Yet that's what my boss does. Why is the sink messed up? Why is the floor dirty? Why is the fries out? Why is this like that? Why is that like that? Why? Can you fix that? Do something, do that. I'm like, yeah, I got it. I'm on it. I got it. I'm on it. Already done. And I say, okay, all right. You know, but one time she tried to come at me wrong, and I had to check her ass like, yo, you can't be talking to me like that. And she already know. She already know what's up when I did that. Because before, she yelled at me and she insulted my spirit and hurt my emotions. And not to say I'm a sensitive guy, like oh, you call me a pussy because he feel some type of way because a woman made him feel bad. No nigga and no dumbass. I'm a human being with emotions and everything with a human being. As a human being should have. And if you fuck with my energy, then I'm gonna feel some type of way. Energy is energy emotion. Emotion. There's also different states of energy and forms of energy and levels that energy moves through and experiences and becomes and all of that. I can go on all of that. Yet don't try to insult me to think that like I'm not like I'm a hard worker and I'm also smart. I work smart and on the side I'm intelligent and I figure shit out on my own. And it might take a little time. It might take a little longer when I'm distracted. But when I'm focused, and one time, like when I'm focused, I'm already on it. That's the next thing I'm about to do. If I say I'm about to take out the trash and then I'm about to go outside and do this and that and then come back inside and mop the floor, I'm gonna do it straight to the point in that order. But some other people gotta just say, "Can you do this for me? Can you get that for me?" When they could have did it themselves. They just talking and having social conversation and bullshitting. They should be working just like I am. No matter how long you've been working here and getting comfortable, you should never feel too comfortable where you anywhere. Only when you at home, when you in your safe place, in a safe environment, and you in your bed and you chilling. But right now you working, so get to working. But don't work too hard. Work smart. You know what I'm saying? That's business. I'm an independent man. I'm an independent. I'm the life path number one. I'm a leader. And a motherfucker telling me how I should do something is obviously, to me, non-suggested, non-preferable to me, for me. Because I know what to do. I know when to do it. I know how it should be done. I mean, I'm not going to brag and boast about it. I just know, like, for example, like, not even an example. If something can be done faster than what it takes a person I mean, let me run it back. Yeah, you get my point. Like, okay, like for example, a boss is supposed to lead you and give you orders and instruct you on what to do next to maintain the progress, to maintain everything and be and everything in the store and be accounted and be accounted for, but also they take full responsibility for everybody because they're the ones that hired the coworkers. I mean, yeah, the boss is the one that hired the employees. Yet I'm a team player, and not everybody is working as a team in the same way I do, right? You get what I'm saying? Like for example, we got some people. I got some people at work that like to just talk a lot, and I'm not gossiping. I'm not talking no shit. I'm stating, um, I'm giving y'all an experience and giving you insight or perception of different kind of people in this world or different kind of situations, scenarios. Like you got people at work that like to just work and do nothing but work. They go home and they don't and then they sleep and that's it. They go back to work. But they don't work on themselves. They don't spend enough time with themselves. Those are kind of the ones that just work for money, 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 greed, 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 hungry for power and more money, you know? Just operate on the lower chakras, you know? So I don't deal with them. I know my boss is like that. She's not actually like that, but at the same time, I know she's been she she's not where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Even though however old she is, she's older than me, obviously. You know, I know that. Yet don't treat me like I'm a nobody and I ain't shit and you're just gonna boss me around like a slave. Cause you black, I'm black. All right. The white man is the one that we working for, and his white man, his best friend or whatever, whoever, you know, behind him, behind him, behind him, and all the motherfuckers they work for, the white man, and then the white man working for the reptilian, and the reptilians serving the Illuminati, and they drinking blood and doing sacrifices and all this shit, and that's wicked and satanic evil. I don't want to say the satanic word because it's not about religion. You gotta realize, understand, it can be a spiritual warfare only when you're out of um, the cooperation of the supreme and absolute creator. When you're not cooperating and operating and doing, well, basically, I could just say when you're out of alignment with who you truly are, when you're not doing the right thing, when you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, when you're out of touch with reality, when you're doing shit you're not supposed to be doing, and the word, two words I don't like to say, and I hate hearing people say it to themselves mostly, but even out loud when people say fucked up. Even myself, I don't like using the word fucked up. Only when something's really like crazy, I say, damn, that's fucked up. Like that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. But yeah, that's how I be seeing some things with certain things that go take place. But for example, you got bosses and higher authority figures that just like to run shit and try to act like a manipulator. Excuse me. Like I haven't heard my boss say thank you enough as much as I say thank you or I'm sorry or okay or have a conversation long enough to actually get to know my boss. All I've ever done while I've been at work was do what she told me to do and take orders and instructions, working like a slave. You know what I'm saying? Slave mentality. You got black people with slave mentality, and they actually slave masters. You know what I'm saying? With the wordplay, they slave masters to their own people. How you gonna have a black person enslave another motherfucking black person? We all in the same boat. You want to talk about slavery? We dealing with psychological biochemical warfare. With that stupid agenda that the government pulled the wool over most people's eyes. But the only way you get affected by that is when you're dealing with the lower chakra system. The lower chakras, when you're in your lower nature, when you're in your lower self. And that's why they call the stupid coronavirus the crown, because corona in Spanish is crown. Well, people can't use the word and sum it up and figure that shit out. It's not that hard. Crown, the crown chakra. So people should be in their higher self right now, like I am. They should have access to their seventh chakra. They should have access to even higher chakras than that. 13th chakra system. And if they playing ninth dimensional chess and you in your 13th chakra system, they can't even fuck with you. So that's why I know I'm above the law, so to speak. Not to say I'm doing things illegally. No, I'm above this world. And I've been places, and I know this shit is limitation. But what I've experienced and seen and done is limitlessness. Shit, people would... I could just talk about it so much because it's so awesome. I don't want to brag about it yet. I want to show you better than I could tell you. And I have demonstrated some of them things, and it's recorded. Whether you believe it or not, it's on YouTube on my channel. We got telekinesis with the psi wheel, the spinning paper thing, aluminum foil. I was getting real strong with that until I put a pause to it because I stopped the train with my mind. You wouldn't believe that, would you? You're going to be like, I ain't never seen nobody do it. Where's the proof? Where's the video at? Nah, but I can't show you these things because most of the things that I really, really do that is phenomenal is not on video. All this time I haven't made a video until now. I've been doing some phenomenal shit. That's why I don't like to brag or boast about anything I do because I'm humble and I'm honoring and respectfully knowing my power and using it responsibly, wisely, knowledgeably. You know? You don't just fucking press a button for doomsday and launch missiles and don't give a fuck a shit about anybody else. Why the fuck the government got access to a control system and nuclear weapons? Why do you have people in this world having access to shit like that? But yet you trust the government and you depend on them and you depend on the military and you depend on them to save and go to war with Iran and Iraq and bullshit, fighting and killing people and soldiers dying for nothing. That don't make no sense, and y'all celebrate Memorial Day. Get the fuck out of here. One of the girls in my job, she always saying, get the fuck out of here. What? She is always cursing, running her mouth. Sometimes women just run like water. But that's the ignorance. You don't have a wise woman or intelligent woman running her mouth, speaking out of her, like talking out of her ass. Nobody should be doing that. That's why in my song I said, I'd rather speak the truth. I don't talk shit. Or I don't talk shit. I'd rather speak the truth. Yeah. Because when you talk shit about somebody, it makes me feel bad. Like if I hear people talking shit about somebody, it's like, why are you even talking about them? What's the point? They're not even here. But if they was here, it would be a whole nother story, right? It'd be a whole different tone. You wouldn't talk shit about somebody in front of their face like you would behind their back. It's different. That's why there's no point in talking shit. Because when you're there in person and they got something to say, they're gonna confront you in the way and manner that you guys have the thing y'all dealing with. Like if the nigga owe you money and you handle that with them, you handle that with him. But also do it, on their own terms or something like that. Don't be talking shit right in front of his face. And then that's how people start up in fights. And when I was in high school, I broke up fights. People didn't know why. Everybody in the circle, all these kids is lunching and asking and egging on a fight, wanting and instigating a fight. Yet I'm the motherfucker, right, that goes into the circle, goes through the crowd, and tell the motherfuckers, yo, it ain't worth it. Stop, man. Just chill. Because how I do that, what I did, I level the playing field. Because as long as I'm in that place, I don't want nothing going down. Just like if a motherfucker had a weapon and came through inside, and I saw the person, and I'm inside the building too, yet I know the guy and have some sort of kind of relationship with him. I talk to him about it. I say, don't do this here, man. Just don't do it. And communicate with the person. And there's a 50-50 chance, possibly more better chance that he'll listen to me. Like if somebody was suicidal, you would tell him, don't jump. Don't jump off the bridge. It ain't worth it. That's why when people don't know their worth, they do dumb shit. They think their worth is in money. Money ain't shit. Money can't make you happy. Just like all this physical material, this stuff don't make you happy. True happiness is when you die. Yet that's people are afraid of that. When I experienced that, it was amazing. Let me backtrack to what I was saying. Like I was saying, it's just you don't gotta I'm gonna backtrack. Run that back. Somebody coming through, different sound, energy, attention, even psychic activity, interceptions. I was talking about something. I lost my train of thought. Not really, but I kind of put it on hold. Like when I talked about spatial kinesis, when I had a cloak over myself, I was really doing that shit. And I can still do it, but I don't do it in the way that I used to. I use my powers and gifts to glorify the supreme absolute creator. When you do it cockily, doing your powers and using your powers or gifts in a cocky, boasting, that kind of nature in that way, it's not glorifying. It's actually glorifying. Can I say? I want to say Satan, but I'm not going there with the S word because it's God only. I'm always God. God, me. I'm not always going. I'm not going to say that. I didn't want to use the word God. I wanted to use the word Supreme Absolute Creator. That's also the words we got to get rid of. Like when you start thinking different, is when you start to speak different, act different. That's why I'm not the same. I'm not of this world. I'm really not. And I could be up all night talking about this, yet I'm mindful and respectfully knowing that when there's time to stop, it's time to stop. And that means now. But I don't gotta stop now to stop making this video. There's always a time and place when to do something, when not to do something. Or when what to say and when not to say it. Like when you're at one place for too long, you already know. If you've been there too long, it's time for you to move, change location, switch the position. That goes with somebody that knows how to hustle or something. It's something I learned that from being around weed heads and drug people, being around people that do drugs. But I don't do that shit. They say when you at one place too long, it ain't good. You gotta keep moving, and you just gotta keep moving. You stay somewhere too long, it's just not good. I made that song in my Super Serious around. What was that song? I'm up with the truth. Hey, hey. I never ever ever lose. Hey. I said I'm up with the truth. I never ever ever lose. Everybody got the truth. What was that? I said something after that. I'm up with the truth. I never ever ever lose. Everybody get the truth. Get up in the phone. Time to get ripping it, get it. No one for party and be ready to fucking you thinking they will. I feel like a fucking life show. Every time watch your life grow. Meditating, watch your life glow. In my mind flow is a true flow. Hey, hey. If you're melanated with it, cool, bro. I'm a melanated God flow. Everybody got a God code. Activated in the God soul. Yeah. Hey. Ain't no telling where a God go. Ain't no telling what a God knows. God flow. Yeah. Yeah. I said, show something. Show enough, better show and tell. I said, whoop. Yeah. I think that song was called God Flow. That shit was hot. When I was feeling that song, when I made that song, I was feeling it. Cause I was up all night, like I did it all night or 3 times, like 3 days in a row, and I was just up, and I couldn't talk, cause I was in this group home, right? And I was still taking medication. I was taking medication at that time. Yet I was always inclined spiritually, mentally, and I would always be on something. Like I would always have my mind on something to do and my hands busy, or try to keep myself occupied while I was in that low vibrational stagnant energy, that house, that with them people that was sick in the head, like niggas, like I can't stand it. That's why you can't think backwards. You can't go back to the shit you used to do. That ain't happening. That ain't popping. Only thing you can do about the past is think about it and learn from it. Remember what happened and learn from it. You don't want to think about it and dwell on it. You dwell on it, it becomes present, and then you just you kind of get stuck in the past a little bit. Like you get caught up, but you don't want to get caught up. You want to keep your head up, but always be present in the present moment, and kind of have your eyes towards the direction and towards the direction of the future. Have your eyes and your head towards the direction of your future, because you want to keep going forward. You don't want to stop and stay stationary like a bump on a log, nor do you want to move backwards. So that's not an option. Staying stagnant is not an option either. Moving forward is always an option for me. Actually, that ain't no choice for me. I ain't got a choice. I'm always move forward. Your feet and your toes, they face forward. You can look down at your toes, and they point in the direction when you that way. When you're looking that way, see this way, it's straight. Like up is up, down is down. This is forward, left, right. You got left, right, up, down, forward, backward. But I'm going forward and I'm going up. So it's a straight. That's a 90-degree angle. And there's different angles or angels you can have, or you are, or you. I mean, I don't know how to talk about that kind of thing right now. Like I said, I'm in a different level of awareness right. I mean, like I said, but you can hear where I'm going with it. I came back down. I'm coming back up. So as I speak on like levels of awareness, there's even a neutral state of awareness where you're not actually emitting or aware of anything, but you're not aware of yourself, your energy centers in that neutral state of awareness. It's like a neutral 0 point. Like I don't know, it's not a 0 point actually. It's a neutral zone. It's like the zero. Yeah, okay, I could just say 0 point. Because if you have 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. And so you go all the way up, you come back down, you sit in the 0 point, but you don't stay there. You can stay there, but you have a choice to go back up by your will or intention and ascend and experience and perceive through the levels of awareness, through the chakras and higher senses, or to feed your organs too, because the chakras are connected to your organs. That's where qigong and tai chi, acupuncture, meditation, yoga, stretching, exercise, body movement itself, sweating, stretching, like even posture itself too. The bones, muscle, tissue, cells, cellular level, the molecular level, the molecular structure, the atomic structure, the subatomic structure of your body, all of that. That's why if you could see, well, if you know the macrocosm and the microcosm, macrocosm, as above, so below, as within, so without. That's the fourth dimensional field of awareness, or the ascended self. Like when you're aware of your astral body and your energy, you've become aware of the fourth level of awareness, which is the heart space, which is the heart chakra. And then you start to experience it in that present, in that realization. You're aware of feeling the energy that is all around you. And then you go beyond that. I go beyond that. I'm in the sixth sense right now, seventh sense. I'm watching TV, so it's kind of it's like you can distract yourself. I can distract myself, but I wouldn't want nobody distracting me when I'm doing something. Because I wouldn't distract nobody else. Because I already know if somebody's focused on something and I see their eyes or their body language, or if I say something to them and they say something like like very fast words, and they look like they're already focused on something, I'm gonna leave them alone. Because in that instant, I already know what's up. It's a 2 hour long video. Good God Almighty. Anyway, when I upload this video, it's gonna be some time, but I'll have it uploaded, and that'll be the record breaker of all my videos, and this will be the one with the most information, knowledge, more wisdom to come. Actually, more knowledge to come. It's just the more life I experience. Like if you hear a rapper or anybody tell you when they experience more life, they have more things to put on a piece of paper. They have more things to share and record within a song to create it. That's where everybody gets their lyrics from, either from their self experience or life, what they see, what they hear, like the five senses, six senses, you know. But most of the media is operating off of the five senses, and the music industry, most of them. They don't want they don't want you to talk about six senses. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, the conscious rappers, they're talking about the things to open your eyes. They can tell you some things, help you see the truth. But they're not going to tell you all of it because they don't want to lose their job. They enjoy what they love. They love to do what they do, and they don't want to do it until they're ready and willing to die for what they do. And what I've done is I've died for for the truth. That's why. Yeah, distractions is really. It's like looking at it's like looking at paint dry on a wall. That's what a distraction is. You when you trying to do something, the distraction is the sound effect of the paint peeling off the wall. All it is just paint peeling off the wall. It ain't important when you got some way important things to do when you're focusing on. And if it's that important and you can't afford to make any mistakes, you really gotta focus and focus on what you're doing and be present in what you're doing. Like if you're carrying something heavy or you're moving something or you're driving a truck or whatever, you can't be distracted. Like if you're in a car, you're driving, you can't be looking at everything. You gotta be focused on the road. That's kind of yeah. That's where good people. That's where good drivers come into hand, and it becomes a habit, and you learn how to. I've driven before. It was weird because I didn't even. It's like driving another vehicle. I'm already in a vehicle. The human body is a vehicle. I got two legs. I could take my ass somewhere else if I wanted to. I could take my ass somewhere. I can walk like 50 miles if I wanted to. Yet cars, I mean, I'd rather ride a bike because I'm more of like a local kind of person, or not even too. I don't want to go too far, and I'm not gonna go too far out of my my home. I'm not gonna go too far from my home unless I'm traveling, or a vacation or something, or yeah, whatever that is. But I'm not gonna go too far away unless it's doing me good. It's doing me justice. Like it's doing me some good stuff, and it's helping me out, and it's convenient. But the most convenient thing for me is things in like if a job is across the street. I mean like down like around the corner, like 2 blocks down or something from where I live, that'd be very convenient. That's what I love. When I was working at Giant in Colesville, Maryland, and I was working at Subway in that same area location, in the same parking lot. There was so many experiences there. All the people I met there, it's funny. There was only like a few people that was actually on the same consciousness, kind of similar consciousness where I was at the time. But yeah, well, like I was saying, it was en route. It wasn't too far away. It was actually walking distance, and it was perfect almost. It was actually perfect actually. Like all I had to do was walk behind my house through the path, go through the playground, and then walk down the steps, and then that boom, I walked and then I'm at my job. It was so convenient. That's what I like. You go too far away, it's not worth it. Why would I want to go so far to work somewhere or to do anything? Because if you go far and you need money to like if I need money to go that far and it takes me like 3 buses, that's a lot of bus fare. Bus fare in New York is like 275 or something like that. I think 250 or 275. I don't know, but like that's triple that. Triple that. That'd be 2, 4, 6, 8, like $8. I think around $7 or $8, something like seven something dollars or $8 something. Yeah, I gotta stop talking now, cause my throat chakra. Yeah, you don't want to do too much in these chakras, cause at the same time you gotta be mindful how much energy you put out. You put out too much, it's gonna give that little bit out. Like it's gonna drain you, and there's no need to talk about a lot of stuff like that, like mundane shit. I don't care about it. That's actually information. That's personal information, or that's common knowledge, or it's like com- common sense. But yeah. Anyway, I'm taking it down now. I gotta go. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. All right. Hope I did good. I hope I did some good things here. Hope I did a wonderful job. Sorry about the intro in the beginning. I did a little rambling. So, I mean, if you gotten to this point and you've gotten this far in the video, you already know you're chosen. All right. There's no doubt about it. All right. Everything within your life that resonates truly with your heart, soul, and mind. Like if this video truly inspires you or truly makes you feel something, or it allows you to see something new, something different, or expand your mind and give you insight, anything of that nature, right? It was meant for you. So thank you for watching. I don't wish for a lot of views. I don't care about it. Live your life. If you're on social media a lot, try to slow it down. Live your life. Go enjoy some food and enjoy some personal entertainment or something. You know, go outside, do your thing. That's what I've been doing this whole time. And I tell you this, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you guys something, and I'm gonna end it off. When I was actually before I got to this hotel slash shelter, and then I'm gonna close it out and sign off. I'll be back and whenever I come back. But the sun in the sky personally told me telepathically. Remember before, if you don't know, if you don't remember, if you haven't seen my videos before, I communicate. You can communicate with nature. You can communicate with all living things and beings um, telepathically when you're on that level of awareness. Telepathically, communicating without words, verbal communication. It's nonverbal communication. All right. The sun in the sky. We had a conversation. I can share this with you now, and I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share. We was talking about, well, you don't know, but what I was saying in the video. That's how I got. That's how I learned all that stuff. That's how I was able to speak all of this stuff and have the wisdom and knowledge to have all this information or knowledge out to make this video. Before I got to this place, this hotel, I was outside taking a stroll in the park and I'm doing my little thing. I was practicing at the time. I was practicing and training my aerokinesis and my psychic abilities and gifts. So the sun in the sky at that time told me, enjoy your life. I'll see you I'll see you later, or I'll see you when the time comes and you'll be sitting right next to me. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, all right, because in that state of mind or that state of awareness, it's a deity that I'm speaking to, and it's a higher being, and it's a consciousness. I could say an awareness, consciousness that I was speaking to, pure consciousness. Like imagine anything can communicate to the sun. Egyptians did that, but they worship the sun. They said the sun is the sun god, the life giver, the life bringer, the fire. But yeah, that's another story for itself. Somebody else could talk about that. Well, whatever. I'm signing off. Thank y'all for watching. Thanks for listening. Once again, it's your boy, One. All right, Jay the Prince of Peace. I still go by that name. The King of Intuition. Still go by that name. It's not as famous as I wanted it to be in my own for my own self. But I have many names. All right, just call me Jay. All right, Jay signing off. One. And the Lord of the Air. I am that which is too. Also. All right, I'm out now. Peace.